Welcome to Quiz Time. I'm your quiz master, Sean, and we're going to have some fun together. Problem solving, answering questions, trivia, stretching our brains. So, let's have a little fun and see what we got ahead of us. Let's play fact or fiction. A single piece of spaghetti is called a spaghetto. A single string of spaghetti. Is that true or false? That's a fact. A single strand is a spaghetto. The Great Wall of China is visible from space. Fact or fiction? And that is fiction. No, you can't. Sharks never sleep. Fact or fiction? And that is fiction. Of course they do. 50% of human DNA is the same as that of a banana. Is that fact or fiction? That's a fact. Coffee beans are actually seeds. Is that fact or fiction? And in fact, coffee beans are seeds. The tongue is the strongest muscle in the human body. Is that fact or fiction? And that is fiction. Fact or fiction? Adult cats are lactose intolerant. They can't stand milk. And that's a fact. Hawaii has more volcanoes than any other country. Is that fact or is it fiction? And that is fiction. A group of crows is called a murder. Fact or fiction? And that is a fact. Human beings can hold their breath longer than any other animal. Is that fact or is it fiction? That is fiction. Which of the following is a fact? An octopus has 2 hearts, or 3 hearts, or no heart at all. Which one's a fact? 3 hearts. Octopi have 3 hearts. A lion's roar can be heard from 5 miles away. Fact or fiction? And that's a fact. Bamboo can grow over 30 inches in a single day. Is that fact or is it fiction? That's a fact. Swallowed chewing gum stays in your stomach for around 7 years. Is that a fact or a fiction? That's a long-held myth. That's fiction. Mount Everest is the highest mountain peak in the world. Is that fact or is it fiction? And that's a fact. Deoxygenated blood is blue in color. Is that fact or is it fiction? That's fiction. A dog's mouth is cleaner than that of a human's. Is that fact or is that fiction? That's fiction. I knew it. Max! All right. Humans are the only animals that blush. Is that fact or is that fiction? That's a fact. A day on Venus is longer than a year on Earth. Is that fact or is that fiction? That is fiction. There are more chickens on Earth than there are people. Is that fact or is it fiction? And that is a fact. Which of the following is fiction? Las Vegas has the 1. Most lights, 2. Most hotels, or 3. The most weddings. Which of those is true? It's a fact that Las Vegas has the most weddings. Eating a lot of carrots will help you see better at night. Is that fact or is that fiction? That is fiction. It's just a myth. Lightning never strikes twice in the same place. Is that fact or is it fiction? That is fiction. You can't hum while holding your nose. Is that fact or is that fiction? That's a fact. Water boils quicker at higher altitudes. Is that fact or is that fiction? That is a fact. Texas is the largest state in the United States. Is that fact or is that fiction? And that is fiction. Alaska's the largest. A jiffy is an actual measurement of time. Is that fact or is it fiction? That's a fact. It's an actual unit of time. A jiffy. Goldfish only have a 3-second memory. Is that fact or is that fiction? And that is fiction. Saffron is the most expensive spice in the world. Fact or fiction? And that's a fact. Australia is wider than the moon. Is that fact or is it fiction? And that's a fact. Which of the following is a fact? Koalas have 1. Fingerprints, 2. Night vision, or 3. Social groups. Which one's a fact? Koalas have fingerprints. That's a fact. Sharks can smell blood from several miles away. Is that fact or is it fiction? That is a fact. Pineapples grow on trees. Fact or fiction? And that is fiction. They do not grow on trees. Ostriches bury their heads in sand when they are frightened. Is that fact or is it fiction? And that is fiction. Identical twins don't have the same fingerprints. Is that fact or is that fiction? And that is a fact. They don't. Beans contain more protein than beef. Is that fact or is that fiction? Beans have more protein than beef? That's fiction. It's the other way around. Mother birds will abandon their babies if you touch them. Is that fact or is that fiction? That is fiction. Rats sometimes laugh out loud when tickled. Is that fact or is that fiction? And who tried it? That's a fact. Thanks for playing Quiz Time. Drop your score in the comments, please. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss Quiz Time. You don't want to miss us getting together and having fun and stretching our brains, do you? Of course not. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.